Yo, this is by far the most valuable video that I'm ever going to post on this YouTube channel. If you want to make money, this is for resellers specifically. And this is literally the roadmap that I give to all my students that I work with one-to-one to get them to 10K a month. If you're not making 10K a month, this video is for you. If you're making 10K a month, this video is probably still for you because there's so much value. There's so much sauce. And if you don't already know me, my name is Brayden. I make over $50,000 a month every single month reselling sneakers. Guys, it is Monday, November 19th when I'm filming this video. I don't know if you guys can see. Monday, November 19th. I made over 40,000 profit from my reselling business this month alone. I'm on pace to make over $80,000 profit, and we're barely halfway through the month. So listen the fuck up. I'm going to give so much free game and so much free sauce. It's not even funny. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it, into the most valuable video that I'm ever going to post in my entire life. So like I said, this is the 10K reselling roadmap, and this is the exact blueprint I used to go from $0 a month to 10K a month without guessing. It's no fluff, no complicated setups, just literally steps that actually move the needle, and the same exact blueprint that I give to my student. This is me right here. If you don't know me, over 2,000 shoes packed in our warehouse over the weekend that we're shipping out. I figured that I needed to add that in, and my employee is currently shipping all that out while I'm filming this video. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. No point in waiting. So the foundation, before we jump straight into it, this is going to be a 12 frame part. We have 12 individual really important sections to go over, and then in between those sections there's sections down there, and then we'll move on from there. So the foundation, it's a mindset plus reality check. You don't need connections to start. You don't need store managers. You don't need early links that are giving you unreleased pairs, or you don't even need insider access. Every reseller begins with literally nothing. I started with absolutely nothing, barely any money, no Instagram account, no nothing. Your network will eventually grow naturally once you start flipping pairs, showing consistency, and action is actually going to build these connections, and you're going to leverage them later down the line. We'll get into that, but not the other way around. Most people sit there and they get super stressed out and super overwhelmed because they think that they need every single little connection in the entire world to actually start doing this, when in reality, you just need to start from the beginning. Cash flow is so unbelievably important, and the reason why I'm in the position I am is because I prioritize cash flow at such a beginning state. It's so much more important than flexing, and your goal is to grow your money. Not necessarily show it off, but reinvest everything back into more inventory instead of trying to look successful to your friends or on social media. The people who are actually genuinely scaling fast are the ones who keep their money moving, not the ones flexing a single expensive pair. And what I mean by that is if I have $10,000 to my name, I only have $10,000 capital, but I can turn that $10,000 over 5 times in a month, and I'm making 20% ROI. That's already 5K profit. See what I did there? Selling $10,000 worth of shoes 5 times, that's 50K. 20, that's 10K. If I could even 10%. 10% is 5K profit. And that's kind of the way that I like to look at it. At the end of the day, this reseller industry, it used to be focused on margins, make as much money per pair, but that's simply not how it is anymore. It's maximizing volume and the amount of pairs you can sell. And if I can sell somebody 1,000 pairs and make a few dollars a pair, I'm okay with that, because I know I can do that multiple times a month, and I know I can keep the ball rolling. And just like I said before, volume is always going to beat hype. Your first real profits come from moving shoes that sell literally every single day, whether that's GR Jordans, random dunks, or just pairs that actually have traffic and pairs that are actually moving on a day-to-day basis, whether that's a consistent $20 to $40 flip stack, faster and more reliability than chasing rare drops that may never hit. Volume is actually going to build your foundation, and that's when I started really getting motion. I was in this industry for like a year, not having any motion, selling used shoes. I really had no clue what the fuck I was doing. As soon as I started volume, I went from being at 1K a month for so long to immediate 2K, then 4K, and then so on and so forth from down there. It just builds your foundation. And 10K is actually going to come from reputation. It's not luck. It's a lot of hustle, but there's no magic moment. You hit your first 10K by doing the same simple process over and over and over a million times. You source the product, you list it, you sell it, you make a profit, you reinvest. Maybe you take a loss, but either way, you reinvest and you keep the ball rolling from there. And the more times you repeat it, the faster the numbers actually start to add up. Repetition creates momentum that will eventually compound and turn into something much bigger. And we're going to go into it a lot more deeper in this video, but momentum is literally everything. A lot of people overlook momentum, but this month when I'm filming this video, this will literally be my best month ever. Like by far, I'm going to make the most amount of money this month. And I have such good, crazy fucking momentum right now. There's no way I could lose. There's no way I could lose. I'm not going to slow down. I'm not going to stop working. And after I film this YouTube video, we're going to get it edited. We're going to get it posted, hopefully same day. And we're literally going to film another YouTube video after that. Momentum is absolutely everything. And if you guys aren't consistently looking for the next deal, putting yourself in a position to get the next deal and making as much money as humanly possible, you're cooked. If your momentum dies, you're on a strategic uphill and you stop for one day, you're going to lose it all and you're going to have to start over. And it's harder to start over, I promise you. Start fast and go even faster. And inconsistency will literally kill your momentum more than anything. Like I said before, the second that you stop sourcing, you stop outreaching to people, you stop posting, your progress literally fucking starts. And I hate when people do this shit. I'm so pissed off talking about this because so many motherfuckers sit there and tell me, I want this, I want this, I want this, blah, blah, blah. I want 10K a month, but you're not consistent. You don't fucking want it because you're not consistent. Buyers forget you. Suppliers stop messaging. Success in reselling literally comes from showing up every single day, day in and day out. Consistency is what keeps your inventory flowing and the deals coming in. The second that you stop, somebody else is going to run you over. I promise. I've seen it happen too many times, and it's literally happened to me before. The second that I stop, somebody's going to take me over. And you watching this video, the second that you stop, bro, I'm going to take you over and I'm going to win every single fucking time. I swear, I swear, I swear, I swear. If you are being inconsistent, you'll die. It's that simple. So beginner traps are actually going to avoid. You don't need to chase rare shoes. I see so many people getting caught up on trying to source these grails, these multi-$1,000 shoes, when in reality, those pairs are slow as fuck, risky as fuck, and require more capital. They move less often, and they attract scammers. You know, for beginners, they're the fastest way to get stuck. Stick to a bread and butter shoe that sells daily until your cash flow is strong. I see so many people put all of their eggs into one basket, spend $5K on one shoe. But in reality, you guys don't realize how hard that is to sell because there's a very specific type of client that actually buys that type of shoe. And I promise he will not reach out to you if your account doesn't even look good. I had to learn this the hard way when I started because cash flow is so unbelievably powerful. And to find a personal buyer to sell a $500 shoe or $5,000 shoe to, it's impossible. Don't rely on the $500 profit dream flips. You know, chasing one huge flips keeps beginners broke. I like one big flip, but I want the flip to include hundreds of pairs. A big flip is fine, but it has to include a lot of volume rather than one pair. And it's very unpredictable and it builds real no skills at the end of the day. You know, 10 small wins teach you sourcing, negotiating, and selling and actually stack more money rather than small, consistent profits are going to create real growth and real wealth. And what I'm about to talk about below, it's a very interesting topic and it does piss me off quite a bit talking about this because so many people think that there's the dream supplier and the perfect plug, when in reality, you're searching for nothing because there is no magical supplier waiting on to hand you crazy deals. Plugs show up once you have the cash flow, you have the consistency, and you have the trust. So instead of hunting for these shortcuts, focus on building movement and building momentum. When you have more money, when you move money, when you build good social media presence, bro, they come to you. I have suppliers reach out to me all the time trying to sell me big wholesale for profitable price just because I built good social media presence. That really pisses me the fuck off because there is no one perfect supplier. There is no one perfect plug, and so many people overcomplicate this specifically down here. But on to the next, understanding the market. If you don't understand the market, you're really not going to make money. So GR Jordans and Dunks, these are products that are literally moving every single day. You know, general release Jordans, Dunks, and simple colorways are literally the backbone of reselling. They have consistent demand, fair pricing, stable pricing, and huge buyer pools because they have so much more demand. If you want predictable sales, steady cash flow, these are your safe moves. They sell fast, locally and online because they have demand. And these are all very simple and fast moving colorways, bro. Like, look, these are all new releases too. You know, you got the rare air, the blue and white, rare air right here, black. You know, you got the white, you got the military blues. Like white cement 4 is such a classic silhouette. Same with the Fear 4. All of these Asics, black and white colorways. You know, Dunks, you got the gray fogs, you got the uni blue, pandas, triple pinks. Like, these are all such good simple colorways, but there's so much money to be made because there's so much demand for these specific products. You know, Yeezy slides and 350s and traffic shoes. You don't need hype to make money. You know, Yeezy slides, 350s, and even simple traffic shoes like Air Maxes and basic Nike models such as running shoes, they move every single day because we're trying to sell to regular people. Stores want to sell to regular people. Regular people buy these type of products, not collectors. These pairs give you volume, speed, repeat customers, and consistency overall. I see so many people getting tied up in this trap of trying to find the perfect flip, trying to find the perfect shoes, trying to find all this expensive shit, when in reality, you can just sell a $20 pair of shoes for $30 and do that over and over and over and over, focusing on these cheaper products. Outlets and clearance pairs are hidden gold. Stores are offloading inventory to create some of the best beginner opportunities. So overlooked buying out stores. There's so much profit to be made. There's so many opportunities, and outlet pairs, discounted running shoes, and just clearance heat gives you big margins and fast flips, bro. Smart resellers check out outlets every single week because deals rotate constantly. And it's very overlooked how profitable the outlets are. But if you guys hit up the outlets consistently, bro, you can make so much money. You buy 30 pairs of Nike Dunks at an outlet for 40 per, sell them all for 50 per, you make $300 profit. There's so much money to be made, and it's so unbelievably overlooked. It's one of the most overlooked things in reselling right now is outlets, because they're so unbelievably profitable. So one of the biggest questions I get all the time is like, where do we actually sell? To be completely 110% honest with you guys, Instagram is literally your storefront. Your IG Instagram becomes your brand. It builds trust. It's going to bring buyers. It's going to attract suppliers. Posting the size runs, the pickups, the motions, and the deals actually positions you as somebody who is quote unquote in the game, even before you're big. And I wish more people would actually start to realize that Instagram is the backbone of your business. I am in the position I am, and you're probably watching this video because you saw me on Instagram. Even before you're big, Instagram is where every reseller starts. If you ask a reseller, yo, where did you start? Instagram, Facebook Marketplace, these niche down spots that nobody thinks you would be able to make a reselling business off of. Instagram is literally where I started, and other resellers are buyers too. Most beginners overlook the fact that resellers buy from other resellers every single day. I sell to so many resellers on a week-to-week basis because they need certain sizes. They buy bulk and they want fast deals and they pay fair. Moving pairs to other resellers creates consistent cash flow without dealing with regular customers. So bro, let's be real. 99.98% of your business is going to be resellers or selling to other people, whether it's store owners, wholesalers, etc., that are trying to make money. If you have a profitable enough shoe where they can make money off of it too, you have a fair price, you will make so much unbelievably money rather than relying on selling to the personal buyer and making $500 a unit, because it really just doesn't work that way. Marketplace, local Facebook meetups, and Discord, as many sales channels as humanly possible. And I didn't add WhatsApp in here. Let's add that too. WhatsApp is so unbelievably overlooked. I have 2,000 members in my WhatsApp group, but local selling is literally one of the fastest ways to flip your inventory. People want shoes now, not necessarily in 3 days, not in 5 days, not in a month. They want them now. And Discord groups and sneaker communities also move pairs quickly and safely when you present yourself as serious and consistent. Sorry, I had an itch right there. But WhatsApp is very overlooked. I don't know why I didn't put it in here, but so many people are on WhatsApp on a day-to-day basis, and so many people want to buy shoes on there. It's literally the hub for sneaker reselling. I think I spelled that wrong, but whatever. WhatsApp, very overlooked. Discord, just put your products in as many different sales channels as humanly possible, where as many different people can see them. So I post my product in Discord cook groups where there's a lot of resellers in there. I post them on WhatsApp. I post them on Facebook Marketplace. As many different spots where as many different heads can actually see your product as a whole. And why do buyers actually buy in the first place? Convenience is literally currency. People pay for easy, fast, and local deals. If you have the pair today, you have it in their size with no hassle, no headache, or you have the sizes that they actually want to acquire, they'll buy from you even if you're not the cheapest, because making buying simple, you'll never run out of customers. And I learned this the hard way, and a lot of people can't really wrap their head around this. It's the fact that if you can make it smooth every single time, you will make so much money. It's not even funny. Just make it smooth, make it easy, make there be no hassle every single time, and you will make so much money. I have so many buyers who buy off me specifically, pay more because they know that I'm good business and I'm not going to make it a headache at the end of the day. Making buying simple, and you'll never run out of customers, bro. So unbelievably overlooked. So overlooked. Literally, just make it simple and everybody will buy off you. You'll never run out of customers. So yeah, consistency is going to build trust as well. When people see you posting pickups every single day, listing size runs, and showing real emotion, they start to build trust with you because consistency makes you look established even when you're new. And trust is the number one reason why buyers choose you over somebody else because they know that you're going to take care of them. They know that you're reliable. They know that you're going to be consistent. And if anything goes wrong, you're going to compensate them accordingly. Good pricing makes you irresistible. So this is some sauce right here, is that you don't need to be the cheapest. You just need to have a fair, realistic, and slightly better than market price by slightly undercutting the market. Because good pricing keeps buyers coming back to you, helps you rotate that inventory a little bit faster, and positions you as someone people want to work with long term. And that is why you need to undercut the market slightly and have slightly fair prices, and you will literally never go poor. So this next section was actually my favorite section to build. So the capital setup. How exactly are we going to be able to start with any budget? Lucky enough for you, I broke that down. So we have, if you have $1,000 or less, $5,000 or $10,000 less. So let's just jump into 1,000. So if you only have $1,000, maybe you have $1,500 or less, stick to low risk, very fast moving pairs. With under 1K, you must flip shoes immediately. You can't chase hype. You can't chase expensive shoes. You need to focus on dunks, general release Jordans, Yeezy slides, Air Maxes, and traffic pairs that sell daily and help stack capital fast. Fast flips teach you the basics without you actually having to risk everything. So like literally, if you only have $1,000, bro, buy 20 pairs of dunks for 40 per and sell them for 50. Boom, just made $200. Do that over and over and over and over and over and over. And by the way, paying $40 on a brand new dunk, pretty good fucking price if you don't already know. Outlets plus marketplace deals is literally your starter lane because you can flip this shit so unbelievably fast. Outlets, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and local steals are literally going to be your bread and butter. With this budget, the best deals are simple. Understand pairs, understand clearance, understand what kind of heat you actually need to buy, and discounted runners. You won't win by spotting opportunities, or you win by spotting opportunities before others actually spot the opportunities, and you have to take advantage of them. And it's not necessarily to the point where you need to take advantage of every opportunity. You just need to spot them before everybody else does and take advantage of them that way. So one of the biggest and most important things from day one is to build your social proof. When your capital is small, your reputation is what you can leverage to your advantage, whether that's posting your pickups, your flips, your motion, even if it's just one or two pairs. Social proof makes buyers trust you and makes future suppliers more willing to work with you later down the line. Your page becomes your connection until real connections actually come. I've seen it so many times with so many beginner resellers who don't have a lot of capital, literally 10x their capital in like a few months, just because they built really good social proof and they were really consistent day in and day out. I've had people in my program do that before. So I know that the shit works. I know that I'm not spilling bullshit, and I know this is genuinely possible, and you need to take advantage of it before it stops working. Your goal with this and having such low capital is to double your money as fast as possible. Everything you make should be reinvested. No flexing, no holding, no sitting on inventory. The faster your money moves, the faster you escape this quote unquote small capital stage. And dude, I hate what I'm about to say, but I've seen so many resellers, they buy these $5,000, $10,000 shoes, whatever, and they just fucking sit on them and they just make a cool post about it. Like, oh, cool, you bought a Dior Jordan 1 to make $100 off of it and not sell it for 2 months. That's fucking awesome, bro. Meanwhile, that $6K that you invested in that Dior Jordan 1, yeah, I've turned that over 7 times in the last 2 months, just selling random miscellaneous products that cost a fraction of $6K, and I've made way more off my money. So in the same amount of time, I've turned over $60K and made 10%. So I've made $6K while you've made 1%. Or wait, yeah, you made 1%. So it's just like, it's just level to this shit, guys. Double your money as fast as possible. Very important. So if you have 5K or less, my favorite section. Start buying small and bulk size runs. Once you have 2 to 5K to your name, you can start getting real pricing. Small bundles, size runs, and 5 to 20 pair deals give you better margins and more pairs to post. It's where your business starts building real momentum. And in this process specifically, you can start to genuinely build social proof because you have more product. Your social proof gets better. You can start putting your face out there more, and you can start being more consistent. This will also help you create a weekly inventory cycle. And what I mean by that is, to grow in this range, you need rhythm. You need pairs in weekly, sales going up, going out weekly. Your page should show consistent pickups, shipments, and size run. This consistently drives sales and attracts suppliers who want to work with somebody serious long term. And social proof becomes your multiplier. Like I said before, at this stage, your Instagram is literally a money machine. Your motion, the bundles that you're posting, the repeat customers, your shelves full of product, it makes people assume that you're actually legit, and it makes them more willing to actually work with you later down the line without thinking twice. The more motion you post, the more deals you attract. If you have social proof, it's going to lead to cheaper bulk, going to lead to more profit and faster turnover time with more speed. So smart decisions matter more than anything else at the end of the day. With a few thousand to work with, one dumb purchase can set you back like pretty fucking fast. Stick to proven sellers, realistic margins, and suppliers that you actually trust. Avoid the hype traps, the slow movers, and actually overpaying and getting your money stuck in a ridiculous amount of fucking shoes. Don't buy the $5,000 shoe, buy the $50 shoe in volume and sell it over and over and over and over and over, and you will become rich so unbelievably fast, I promise you. So this is my favorite section. If you have 10K or less, you guys are going to really start buying in bigger bulk now. Deals directly from real suppliers. With 5 to 10K, you unlock a new tier of buying. You're able to buy 30 pairs at once, 50 pairs at once, even 100 pairs, maybe even 200 pairs if it makes sense, for full size runs and better wholesale pricing overall. Suppliers treat you differently when you can actually buy volume. All of my buyers who are actually spending a lot of money, 5, 10, 30, 40, 50,000 at once, this is where, scaling gets fast and predictable. And I want to work with those motherfuckers. The motherfuckers who can spend 10K, 50K, 100K at any given point in time, those are the people that I want to work with and that I want to make a shitload of money with. So building systems, not just for profit. You now need structure. You need a daily sourcing system, daily posting, consistent outreach, and constant reinvesting. Systems beat motivation, systems build momentum, and they make you look really established, which increases your trust and your deal flow. With 10K a month, it's like, or with 10K liquid to actually put into reselling, at the end of the day, you actually do genuinely need systems. It's not about just hustling every single day. It's about putting systems in place and creating a repeatable routine that you can do every single day, day in and day out, which will increase your trust, increase your deal flow, and will ultimately lead to, one, you being able to buy more shoes, sell more shoes, which will equal more money on the other side. Social proof is now your most valuable asset. At 10K, social proof becomes your biggest competitive advantage. Your page should be able to show all the bulk pickups you're doing, your back-to-back selling, full shelves, bundles going out, consistent motion. The level of social proof brings better pricing, exclusive deals, repeat buyers, and just bigger bulk opportunities overall. Your brand makes suppliers pick you instead of the next reseller. And that's our goal. We want to be the one that's picked. We want to be the one that's making the money. We don't need them going and picking another random dude. We want it to be us. So your social proof needs to be literally undeniable. And speed is now your superpower. Inventory should never sit. If you're moving 100 to 200 pairs a week, your capital compounds fast. Rotation is always more important than holding, and speed builds volume. Volume builds dominance, and you reinvest, and before you know it, you're moving 500 to 1,000 pairs rather than 100 to 200 at a time. So one of the biggest things that I want to reiterate on is the universal rule. Money must move every 48 to 72 hours, no matter your budget. Money should always be in motion. That's buying, listing the product, selling, and actively reinvest in it. Sitting still is going to kill your growth in any business model. If you have movement, it's going to lead to cash flow. If you have cash flow is going to lead to scale. Scale equals deals. Deals equals success. Success equals dollar signs. And I don't know about y'all motherfuckers watching this video, but I like the dollar signs. I am about money. And honestly, if you don't have speed and you want to sit still, then money probably isn't the thing for you, if I'm being 110% honest. And that's just me being honest. That's not me bullshitting with you. But on to sourcing 101. How exactly are we going to find pairs that sell consistently, safely, and we're able to make a decent profit off of this? Outlets are free money if you show up consistently. Nike and Adidas outlets drop good pairs at random times pretty much every single day. You win here by simply being present, simply being consistent. The people who show up every single week, pull pairs every single month, the ones who check once in a while, they never find anything. Sourcing is a frequency game, not a luck game. And if you can't be consistent, you don't have any frequency in any way, shape, or form, somebody else is going to win. I'm going to fucking win because I'm more consistent than you and I want it more than you. And I'm going to go find the product every single time. Marketplace deals are fat margin opportunities and you're able to sell shit fast. Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and Craigslist. I don't use a lot of these personally. I do use Facebook Marketplace from time to time, but this is where the desperate sellers live. People clearing closets, resellers cashing out, kids needing quick money. These flips can be same day money if you know your sizes, and current demand. And marketplace deals, they build a bankroll really fast. You can go on there and buy 100 pairs of shoes for fucking $1,000 and sell it all for 10K. Is it that easy? No, but I've seen it happen before, which means I know it's possible. So there's a lot of money to be made on Facebook Marketplace, especially if you do your due diligence correctly and you know what exact products you're looking like. But other resellers are gold mine when they need cash and they need to liquidate. People quit reselling every single day. They need to pay bills and they want to clear space. They need money for a bulk buy. When you have cash ready, you become the person that they run to. Honestly, something that I learned is it doesn't even have to be your money. If you have really good buyers, you can go collect a shitload of money and go get the deal and sell it to them because your brand determines how many of these deals you actually get. And honestly, getting the money isn't the hard part. It's having a good enough brand for the deal to actually come to you. Motion pages get offers deals daily. Like for me, for example, I'm so unbelievably active on social media. So I get offered these deals literally all the time, just purely because of the fact of how active I am on social media. Motion wins every single time. Having good enough social proof to actually attract these deals wins every single time. So the biggest takeaway from this video is that if you don't have motion and you don't have good enough social media presence, who's going to want to work with you in the first place? I'm not going to want to work with you. The guy next door isn't going to work with you. Social media presence is absolutely everything. Online restocks keep inventory flowing, whether it's Nike, JD, Finish Line, Hibbett, DSG. All of these places restock like pretty much every single day. And most people miss restocks because they're not paying attention. If you stay consistent with alerts, you'll secure pairs weekly without leaving home. If I'm being 110% honest with you guys, online cook groups are not crazy good, but they do restock and there are oftentimes profitable enough pairs. I highly suggest that everybody watching this video does invest in some sort of cook group. I think they're about $25 to $150 a month, depending on which one you choose. I know one that costs $150 a month and it's not worth it. And I know one that costs $50 a month that is beyond worth it. So online cook groups, Discord cook groups, they're worth it every single time just for the connections and the relationships and the fact that they provide a fuckload of profitable SKUs if you know your shit correctly. So yeah, on to the next little section, what exactly are we going to buy? Like what's the real criteria to be able to buy profitable bricks? And what I tell everybody is you need to buy what will sell every single day, not what looks cool. Every single time you buy something, you should know exactly where it's going to sell to and where you're selling it, how fast you're going to sell it. And your money is made by buying pairs with constant demand, whether that's Dunks, GR Jordans, Air Maxes, Yeezys, traffic shoes. And I know I keep on using this word traffic shoes, but if you can't understand that, then you're simply not going to make money. And also, if people don't wear it everywhere, or if people wear it everywhere, so like Hokas, people wear Hokas all the fucking time. There's a lot of fucking money to be made. People wearing Hokas, that shit sells. There's demand for that. Daily demand is going to lead to guaranteed movement. And if you can take advantage of this and you can learn to buy what sells every single day, not necessarily what looks cool, you'll make a shitload of money. And also when you buy shit, just know where it's going. Only buy pairs that you can sell fast. A good pair has strong local demand, predictable pricing, reliable movement, and easy sizing. A large buyer pool should be able to buy that. You should have 50 different people that you can sell a specific product to. And if you can sell it same next day, same week, it's a winner. But like I said before, all money should be turned over within like 42 to 72 hours or 48 to 72 hours. So just like 2 to 3 days, everything should be turned over. And if it's not turned over that fast, then honestly, I wouldn't even buy it. If I'm not confident that I can move it immediately, then I won't buy it. And I have too many shoes in my warehouse that I fucked up on in the past before, and I've learned my lesson that just being consistent and having a product that you know will sell so unbelievably fast is just worth it every single time. And your profit is determined when you buy, not necessarily when you sell. If your buying price is too high, you literally already lost. Whereas if you buy smart, you win the shoe even before it hits your Instagram story because you're able to negotiate, you're able to bundle, and you're able to also look for urgency. Good buying is going to lead to clean, consistent, fast profit and good ROI. At the end of the day, I made a video in the past talking about the fact that ROI doesn't matter, but it's also good, bro. Like if you make 100% ROI, like you're fucking chilling. If you can move it really fast, you're fucking chilling. Obviously, maximize profit, but focus on building relationships that will last long term. Not all bricks are equal either. Pick winners only. For a real brick, it sells multiple times a day, is worn by regular people, and can move in bulk, and it's also easy to replace. You know, the fake bricks are random colorways, slow movers, weird sizing, or shoes that don't even really sell on StockX. Know the difference, and you'll never hold dead inventory, and that's kind of the way that I like to look at it. Anything that is profitable, buy it. Anything that is profitable. But the secret advantage of sourcing that nobody talks about, social proof. Oh my God, we need to talk about this. Not like we've already talked about it 10 times, but I'm going to reiterate it more and more to you guys because it's made me so much fucking money. Posting your pickups makes people actually trust you instantly. When people see you're posting consistent motion, pickups, bundles, size runs, they automatically trust you, especially if you're putting your face out there. One of the most overlooked things in this industry is posting your face and putting your face out there. If you just post your face and you put yourself out there, they're literally going to assume you're legit and they want to sell to you. They want to buy from you. You get first call on all these deals. Your Instagram is literally your sourcing tool. And honestly, if you're too much of a pussy to put your face out there, you might as well just say that you like being poor. It's that simple. If you can't put your face out there, you probably like being fucking poor. And I hope you stay that way because you're a fucking loser. And you're lucky that I'm here to tell you this because nobody else would tell you what I'm telling you right now. I'm not here to bullshit you. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm not here to, fucking just make this what it is now. I'm telling you how it is. I'm telling you how to make money and I'm telling you what to do. And if you don't take what I'm giving in front of you, you're just a moron because I'm teaching you how to do it A to Z. So, and a good analogy I like to use, if you can give the horse water, you can give the horse as much water as it wants. You can give it cookies, you can give it milks. But if that motherfucker don't want to drink that shit, he is not going to drink that shit. Put your face out there and stop being so scared. You'll make more money. So consistency online turns you into the buyer. People know that you can take bulk. And if people know you always buy, they're going to DM you first, bro. I get DMs first because they know that I'm going to buy this shit. Your motion creates inbound deals. And if you have no motion, nobody's going to think about you. You're literally not going to make money. Whereas if you show activity and you make sourcing easy, you're going to make so much more fucking money. It's so overlooked, like how much money there is actually to be made if you're just smart with the way that you sell and the way that you present yourself on social media. People should know you as that motherfucker. And if they don't, you're probably not posting enough and you're probably not putting yourself out there so much. So bigger motion is just going to give you better pricing. Suppliers lower prices when they believe that you'll buy again. When your page shows volume, people assume that like you're actually serious. So they give you volume pricing. This is where your margins jump instantly. Once again, social proof. You guys need social proof. And if you're not taking advantage of social proof, that's probably why you're poor and somebody had to tell you. But the sourcing law, if you want more profitable shoes, you need more sourcing rep. It isn't luck, it's reps, it's consistency. You go to the gym, you bench, you can't just go in there and bench 4 or 5. You have to start off with, 145 and then 225 and then 315 and so on and so forth. The more doors you check, DMs you send, pages you watch, and outlets you hit, the more deals you're actually going to get. And repetition, consistency, equal opportunities. Opportunities obviously lead to profit. You guys already know this, but on to the next section, guys. Look at how many more sections we have. Look how much sauce we gave you. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you guys. Let's go down here. So your first winning place. The reality of wholesale that like a lot of people aren't going to tell you, that I'm going to tell you, is moving 10 to 100 players at a time changes everything for you. I remember the first 50 pair deal that I did. It was a drop ship deal. I was at Taste of Belgium and it was 50 pairs of Yeezy slides. It was slate gray. I was drop shipping from China to the US and it was literally over a year ago when I was doing this. And it was, I ended up paying like 70 per, sold them all at 82. Made $12 a pair on 50 pairs. Made $600, bro. My first big bulk deal. And you best believe, bro, motherfucker was hype. I was hype as fuck. Your boy just made $600 from his phone. But when you're moving in volume, not the 1 pair, not the 2 pair, not the 5 pair, you're instantly separating yourself from 99.9% of resellers. Bulk buying and bulk selling, not only does it lower your costs, makes your margins very predictable, builds trust with suppliers, builds steady weekly cash flow, and grows your page fast, volume isn't just a part of the game. It is the game. If you can't master volume and you can't do volume correctly, you might as well just give up now, if I'm being 110% honest with you guys. Volume is the game. 99.9% of resellers you're separating yourself from. But slim margins become massive when you multiply them. A lot of people are so caught up on the fact that they need to make $50 a pair, $40 a pair, $100 a pair. Like, motherfucker, shut up, bro. My average margin is $6 a pair, and I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year because I'm selling so much volume. Wholesale reselling is simple math. You make $10 on 100 pairs, 15 on 100 pairs. That's $1,000 and $2,000 profit right there. You don't need huge flips. You need high quantity, and this model is how beginners turn into wholesalers fast. You guys need to lock the fuck in. You guys need to lock the fuck in, and you need to start prioritizing slimmer margins because you can make so much money. And big volume is also going to lead to big social proof. Showing 10, 50, 100 pairs in a day instantly is going to boost your credibility because people assume that you're plugged in, you have profitable pairs, you're moving real numbers, and you're safe to buy, to sell with, and that you're consistent. Motion equals trust, trust equals deals, deals equal more volume equals bigger money. Guys, I literally closed a deal the other day. I'll give you a little insight. So it was 285 pairs of Air Maxes, paid $87 a pair, and sold all for $105 per. Now let's just do some quick math right here. Pull out the calculator. It's because it's volume, guys. Dude, it's because it's volume. And I didn't even make a lot per pair. 285, or what you do is you do 105 minus 87. We get 18. 18 times 285. Your boy made $5,130 profit. Do you know how insane that is? Do you know how insane that is? Off of one deal. Easy. Paid $25K, sold for over $30K, boys. That is easy as fuck. The more volume you deal, the bigger deals you do, the better relationships and the better social proof you build, you're going to make so much more money. It's so unbelievably overlooked. And if you just prioritize volume, you're going to get bigger money. But play number one, bulk outlet, the bulk play, the $10 margin play. A lot of people won't tell you about this shit. I promise you. Damn, we got a ways to go. So let's just jump straight into it. But bulk pairs care about two things: price and quantity, not style, not emotion. We're not talking about personal customers. Bulk buyers are only looking at how many pairs you actually have, how consistent and reliable you are, how fast you can ship, what you're selling it at, how often can you supply, and if the numbers can actually make sense. They don't care about the colorway. They don't care about the hype. They want profitable breaks that can move in their markets. If you can supply 10 to 50 pairs at a clean $10 margin, you become valuable immediately. And honestly, if you can do that, DM me. I'll buy 1,000 pairs right now if I made $10 a pair. Fuck. I want to make that $10 a pair, bro. Sell me your shoes, because this is real wholesale game that not a lot of people talk about. And I'm so passionate about this. And I'm honestly so excited to make this video because I'm so active in this industry. So many motherfuckers come on here and make these videos and do this and that and the third. But in reality, like, they're just not active. So they have no reason to sit here and say XYZ and say that they do this when they really don't. But on to the next. Posting 10 to 20 outlet pairs, it makes you look legit. It makes you look like a plug. Whether it's outlet shoes or it's regular shoes, it just needs to be profit, or it just needs to be good social proof. And it just needs to show that you have motion and that you're moving bulk in some way, shape, or form. They see you moving volume. They want to work with you. They see batches. They assume you're consistent. And motion is going to lead to authority in the wholesale world. Even at $10 a pair, the image of volume is what actually builds your business long term. This is a first bulk play. Not sure why that arrow disconnected, but it did indeed. So yeah. But play number two, the bulk cash out flips. You make $10 profit times multiple pairs. So $10 profit, guys, I literally kid you not, I make $6 profit on average. $6. $10 margins multiply fast when you move 20 to 50 pairs. Wholesale math like we did before. Make $10 on 100 pairs, 1,000. 40 times 10, 400. And it's like, bro, I would take this deal all day. $200 profit, give me 10 of them deals a day. I make 2 bands. It's exactly how wholesalers beat resellers who chase margins. Small profit times big volume. It's going to lead to real scaling long term. Let's bold that. Yes, I do. I do like that. And rotation over margin, always. You're not trying to squeeze $5 extra out of every shoe. You're trying to rotate inventory ridiculously fast. reload capital, post motion, buy bigger deals, and earn trust from actual suppliers. Fast rotation is how wholesalers like actually grow fast at the end of the day. And the $10 profit per pair is plenty when you move sets, not singles. Singles don't matter. Sets could be 10 pair set, 25 pair set, 40 pair set. You get the point. These numbers every week, 10K comes fast. And literally all you guys have to do, I kid you not, you sell 33 pairs, and then that at $10 per, that equals 333, and then you do that times 30 total, and then that is going to equal 999. That's 10K month right there. That's 10K month right there. And all you have to do is sell 33 pairs a day for 30 days. That's 990 pairs total, and it's really not that hard. A lot of people like to overcomplicate it, but a lot of people like really don't realize like how actually easy it is. So unbelievably easy, and it's so overlooked. Those numbers every week, 10K comes fast. Most resellers can't compete with your volume if you're consistent like that. And honestly, a lot of people get super stressed out and think that like it's actually hard to do that, but in reality, it's just not. It's just so unbelievably easy to move volume like that. And so many people overthink it when in reality, it's so easy to do it. Just build good relationships and stay consistent, and you'll be able to do it real fast. But resellers sell cheap when you take everything. When somebody is liquidating, you win because you can take 10 pairs, 20 pairs, 30 pairs, maybe even 50 pairs at once, pay fair but low, and move each pair for $5 to $10 profit. You make money and you grow your reputation instantly because you're building social proof, you're buying product, and you're selling it fast for $5 to $10 profit per pair. But your page must look bulk ready to go to actually get these deals to come with you, because bulk deals only go to the guy who looks active, the guy who posts motion, the guy who buys in bulk, the guy who pays fast, post sets, post receipts, post bins, post shelves full of shoes. And the visual proof makes you the first call when somebody needs to cash out. And I want to be the first call. I want it all. I want all them shoes for that profitable price. I make $10 a pair. I don't give a fuck. I buy them all right now. So bulk $5 to $10 margins literally beat hype any and every single day. Most resellers dream about $80 profit on a hype shoe. Meanwhile, wholesalers make $400 plus flipping 40 breaks at $10 each. Wholesale over hype, volume over margins, momentum over literally everything. Not momentum. Momentum and movement. Let's see. I ain't even going to try to spell that. But momentum and movement over everything. Just stay consistent. So the wholesale truth, this is what like a lot of people won't tell you. And I kind of went over this a little bit already, but if you make $10 times 100 pairs, it's going to be $100 times one pair every single time. Because which number is bigger, $1,000 or $100? Obviously the fucking $1,000. You're not in the flex business, you're in the volume business. And if you're scaling, you're touching hundreds of pairs, not the perfect pairs, not the expensive pairs, not the $5,000 shoe Dior ones. Fuck that shit. Buy the cheap shoe. And volume will always get you better pricing, better deals, and real suppliers. Suppliers trust volume, resellers trust volume, stores trust volume. Your pricing gets better every single time you increase quantity, and your volume is your leverage. That's how you win in this industry. Volume is leverage. Don't let money sit. Movement builds everything. And the only way to grow in wholesale is you buy, you move, you buy, you move, you buy, you move, and you keep the ball rolling. Money sitting is money dying. It's literally dying. Like you're telling me that you're going to go put money in the stock market to make 5% every single year, when in reality you could put that money into shoes and make 5%, but turn it over a million times, bro. You're going to make so much more fucking money. Movement builds trust, opportunity, relationships, scaling, and your brand as a whole. Wholesale is a game of momentum and movement, and if you can't do those properly, this industry probably isn't for you at the end of the day. And I hate to tell you that, but you have to be constantly moving, constantly adapting, and build momentum. So wholesale pricing is super important because you can buy the product, you can source the product, you can pay whatever price you want. But if you don't know how to sell it, and you don't have the right mindset about it, you're just simply not going to make money. But price to move, not necessarily to squeeze. Wholesale is about making the most per pair. It's not about making the most per pair. It's about moving the most pairs in volume. And if you hold out for an extra $5 to $10, you lose speed, momentum, and slow your overall rotation. Your goal is to reload capital and move 10 to 100, maybe even 1,000 pairs at maximum speed, quick as fuck. And I always tell people all the time, I'm like, you're focusing on trying to get all these perfect margins and do all this shit, when in reality, you should be focused on momentum and movement, constantly moving the product that you have, moving the money that you have consistently fast, at a $5 to $10 profit per margin. And your price should make other resellers money too. If it's not making other resellers money, then like why would they buy from you at the end of the day? The reason bulk buyers love you is simple. You leave a margin for them, and if buyers can make $10 to $20 per pair after buying from you, they'll come back every single week. And that's where strong relationships are built. They beat one-time profits every single time. And if you can get a strong relationship solidified just like that and leave a margin for them, bro, you will make so much money. It's not even funny. So consistent pricing over perfect pricing. Being predictable is more powerful than being perfect. When buyers know you always price fairly, they trust you. They have a lot of trust, and trust leads to bigger orders. Bigger orders lead to repeat buyers. Repeat buyers lead to better cash flow. I wish a lot of you guys would stop trying to look at relationships like a one-off, like do business with this dude, make as much money as possible, lick him on this deal. When in reality, like all these people are like long-term customers that you can make money with long-term and that you can take advantage of long-term. If you were to just look at these people with that perspective, like you would make so much more money long-term, and people overlook that so unbelievably much. You need to prioritize relationships, leverage them for long term. If you can leverage them for the long term, you'll make so much more money. But how do we price for maximum volume and still make $10 profit per pair? And your target is $10 per pair every single time. That's my target. If I can make $10 per pair, I'm fucking chilling. You're not trying to make $20 a pair. You're not trying to make $40 a pair, not even $50 a pair. You're trying to make $10 per pair 100 times. And this pricing keeps your buyers coming back and inventory moving every single day. If you can make $1,000 every single day, sell 100 pairs every single day, make $10 per pair, that's $30K profit every single month, month after month, and that's $360,000 a year. Do you know how many of you guys would like watching this video would kill? Like, do you know how many people in this entire world would kill to make $30K a month? But so many people overcomplicate it. What I'm about to say next, bro, this is fucking sauce. I came up with this shit. I was writing this out, and this was so unbelievably good. I'm going to make a video out of this. So undercut the market just enough to be attractive. You don't need to be the cheapest, but you do need to be competitive. Being $5 to $10 under market in bulk is enough to track buyers instantly, keep money rotating, beat the slower sellers, and get consistent orders. Small undercuts leads to selling huge volume. So many people overlook the fact that if you just undercut the market just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, just enough to be attractive, people are going to fucking eat off you. I made this and I wrote this out. This is single-handedly the best part of the video. I love this so much right here. Like, this is so unbelievably good. And this is such big fucking sauce. It's so good. But price sets and bundles lower so that way they move faster. Singles move slowly, sets move immediately. Example, you could have one pair, moves pretty slow, whereas if you have 10 pairs, you'll sell in minutes if it makes sense. Because if you can offer bundle pricing that rewards buying more, buyers love clean and simple numbers, like take the whole batch for X amount each. It's like put it this way, it's harder to sell a size 13 black cat to a personal buyer than sell a size run of 8 through 13 10 pairs to a store owner for a cheaper price. And you're making more money because you're selling more shoes than you're doing more volume as a whole. But the pricing strategy for different buyer types, the real wholesale version. So bulk buyers really only care about quantity and margin. Bulk buyers aren't emotional. They're not that picky. They want the most pairs humanly possible at the cleanest price with the simplest math. They're trying to feed their markets overseas and in other states or across cities, not just flip a one-off pair. But if your batch has 20 to 100 plus pairs at a reliable $10 per margin, they'll take everything without question. Whereas bulk buyers don't care about colorways. They care about how much can I get for that specific price because I'm making $10 a pair. And I'm the same way, bro. I don't care about anything. As long as the sizes are good, the quantity is good, I'll buy it. And I'll buy as many as I humanly can. Whereas stores are a little bit different. Stores really aren't heavily bulk buyers. They want trending, fast-moving size runs, not random inventory. Stores want trending pairs. They want 8 through 13 size runs, men's and women's basic, clean GRs, and consistent colorways. They don't want leftovers. They want what sells daily to normal people. If you bring them full or near full size runs of trending bricks, they'll buy from you weekly. And their business depends on reliable products that they can put on the shelves week after week. Stores buy pattern-based, not pair-based. They want inventory that sells itself, and oftentimes it's not hard to find them inventory like that. And a lot of stores pay really well and really fair if you can make it make sense for them. Whereas small local resellers, they want margins they can count on, bro. The buyers don't buy 50 pairs. They buy 3 to 10 at a time. but they buy them often. Whereas you can give them clean pricing, you can get predictable margins, maybe crack them over the head, make $20 a pair every now and again, and sell them consistent bricks, shoes that always sell. Your goal is to make them money so they come back every single week to you specifically. Small resellers become your most loyal, recurring buyers when they know that you feed them profitable pairs consistently. And a lot of the times, bro, they're just buying like unreleased shit and retros. And unreleased pairs are another topic for a different fucking video, but so unbelievably profitable if you can get them for a profitable enough price. But on to the next section. So what must your Instagram have to look like a bulk buyer and a wholesaler and a bulk supplier with good enough social proof? So this is a non-negotiable foundation. You need to have a clean and simple bio that shows you're a buyer and a seller. Your bio should immediately say you buy, you sell, you move quantity, where you operate, how to contact you. And some examples could be, wholesale supplier, bulk buyer, DM for size runs, buyouts, and daily inventory, 10 to 100 pair deals, fast shipping. Your bio must screen professionalism and an active plug. And I'm actually going to pull up an Instagram of somebody that I know that has a really good bio. So this is one of my students actually, and we're going to pull up his bio. So this is my student QC Hype right here. This dude makes like 20K a month now. So if you look in his bio right here, we have DM me bulk for wholesale lists. We buy everything, message us. AZ sneaker supplier, 1,000 sold weekly. Authenticity guarantee. Perfect. 10 out of 10, perfect. Motherfucker has a CTA, call to action, DM this word for the list, letting them know they buy everything. There's thousands sold weekly. They are located in Arizona, and they're a sneaker bulk supplier, and everything is authentic, always guaranteed. Professional, stories are posted, reels are posted. He's active. I mean, if I scroll through his story, dude's got shoes posted. I mean, look at this, guys. Come on now. You cannot ask for a better and more professional, active type of bio than that right there. I mean, fuck, go copy that shit. That's some sauce. That's some free game. But whereas highlights, they need to show your proof, not necessarily selfies. Your highlights should be buyout, size runs, packaging, daily motion, testimonial, inventory checks. And the goal is to like kind of think as your highlights is like a resume. They make people trust you before they even message you. And the way I like to look at it is my highlights are very simple, or they used to be very simple when I was just selling shoes and I didn't make content or anything. And it was shipping and available. That was it. People saw what I was shipping and they saw what was available. Super simple. It shows proof, and it shows them that I have motion because they know what's available so they can buy. And it showed my shipping too. But your page must also look like you move volume. If your page shows 20 plus pairs, 50 plus pairs, consistent buyout, bulk shelves full, bins full of shoes, stacks of shoes, people assume that you can supply with volume, and volume posted is volume attracted. You're not documenting every single day. You're building your brand's evidence. And the way I like to look at it is like, bro, if you put yourself out there, so many more people are going to want to work with you. You're literally leaving money on the table by not putting yourself out there and not letting the world know who you are. Because if nobody knows who you are, how the fuck are they going to buy from you? I'm not going to buy from a random reseller who doesn't post his face and hasn't posted in 6 months and has fucking singles posted on his page. Like, it's just like, there's no evidence there. And it really makes no sense for me to actively buy from that dude, if that makes sense. But post buyouts, not necessarily these product pictures. You don't need fancy photos or aesthetic store style product shots. We're not a store. You need bulk, you need stacks, you need piles, you need bins, you need bulk pickups, you need buyouts, you need quantity. If people look at your account and they think you're a store, it's going to attract personal buyers, which we're not trying to attract because they're really not that profitable at the end of the day. When people see 10, 20, 30, 100, 1,000 pairs to the ground, they immediately think wholesaler, not reseller. And what that means is we need to post size runs only when they show motion. We don't want to post fucking display inventory. Your size run post should show multiple pairs, trending items, clear consistency, rotation, and active movement. You're not trying to sell through the picture. You're showing that you actively get this product. You move this product. You're a pipeline, storefront. And I see so many people go wrong with this. They post photos like their fucking store. They line up fucking 5 shoes like their store with all the sizes listed. And it's like, bro, you're literally like trying to act like a storefront. Like if you want to go open a sneaker store, that's cool. You're probably not going to make 50 in a super long time, but you're not a storefront. You're a fucking pipeline that's constantly moving product in and out, day in and day out. And it's took me a super long time to wrap around my head, but you're not a fucking sneaker store. You're a wholesale distribution team. Your company, wholesale distribution. not a fucking store, and you need to differentiate the two. So posting shipments, labels, and bulk orders going out is going to make you so much money if you do it correctly. Boxes stacked high, labels everywhere, UPS dropping off, boxes filled. This is wholesale energy. It shows you have real buyers, you fulfill large orders, you move volume, and you're trustworthy. You operate at scale. And this is exactly what makes other resellers reach out to you wanting to work with you. And I'll show you guys some examples later in the video, but we have to be consistent. But why Instagram actually makes money? Why does it work? Motion creates the wholesale identity. People follow you because you look like somebody who moves pairs, not the guy trying to sell shoes one by one. And it took me a super long time to differentiate my account and make it come off as that guy who actually looks like I move bulk rather than the guy trying to sell shoes by one by one. But your entire brand should scream, I buy in volume, I sell in volume, and I move this product consistently. Motion is the brand. The more motion you post, the more inbound deals that you're going to get at the end of the day. When kids, resellers, even stores see you moving batches, they automatically DM you. Bro, can I get 25 pairs? You buying? Can I send you my list? I got some bricks for cheap, brother. Motion attracts inventory, not just buyers. And to be honest with you guys, the more product you can buy, the better, because you make money when you actively buy the shoe. I make money when I buy a shoe for $50 that I know I can sell for $60. I don't make money when I actually sell the shoe. I make money when I buy the shoe because the deal found me, or I found the deal in some way, shape, or form, and I'm confident that I'm going to be able to make money off of it. But wholesale brand builds trust faster than anything. When your page looks like consistent buyouts, consistent size runs, consistent shipments, stacks, bulk pickups, consistent activity, people assume that you're a safe buyer and you're a reliable seller even before speaking to you. Your page as a whole becomes your business card to enter the wholesale world. And what to avoid as a wholesaler. You're not going to want to post singles. It makes you look small. It makes you look like a store. It makes you look like you're trying to sell to personal buyers. It attracts personal buyers. Whereas if you post bulk, that's going to attract wholesalers, resellers, and stores. And you want people thinking he can take 50 pairs, not he has a singular dunk for sale. Like, what a fucking loser trying to sell a dunk for $100, bro. Leave that to the sneaker stores. We're not a sneaker store. We're a wholesale distribution team. And don't post like a store with pretty product photos. Stores show off the product. Wholesalers show off the movement. No aesthetic lighting, no fancy editing, just raw volume and consistency. And if you have no inconsistency, your page must look active every single day. Wholesalers, they don't take days off. I work every single fucking day. A motion page must always look alive. Whether that's pickups that you're buying, that's shipments, that's lists, that's buying, stacks of shoes. The second you go quiet, your DMs are also going to go quiet too. You need to avoid all these things as a wholesaler, because if you don't, you're just cooked, bro. You're going to be so unbelievably cooked. I've said this once and I'll say it again. You cannot come off as a store, because if you come off as a store, you're literally asking to fucking lose money. You're asking to lose money, because we're not trying to attract that type of clientele. But the outreach strategy is the real wholesale sauce. This is daily outreach routine, non-negotiables that I tell everybody on my team to do. So we're going to be DMing 200 to 500 resellers every single day, day in and out. Not personal buyers, not random sneakerheads, resellers. The ones with consistent flow, daily finds, and constant inventory. Your DM should always say you are buying in bulk, you're paying super fast, you're clearing sets, taking 10 to 100 pairs, and you must stay on people's radar. Our goal with outreach is following up with people, reaching out to them, and making sure that they saw our message. If they tell us to fuck off, that's a good thing, because that means that we messaged them enough. If they show any sign of interest in any way, shape, or form, then you might be able to close a deal in some way, shape, or form, and you might actually be able to make some money in some way, shape, or form. Our goal with this is to DM stores, managers, boutique, consignment shops, people who look like they can actively take product. Stores consistently have pairs they need gone, slow movers, leftover sizes, return pairs, inventory they want to dump, and these deals never get posted, but they get sold behind the scenes. You only get them if you DM consistently. Your message should always sound like a solution, not a shopper. If you need to clear stock, I'll take everything for the right number. Such a good fucking text message. Although I would reword it slightly. If you need to clear dead in fuck, I cannot spell. You guys get the point. If you need to clear dead inventory, I'll take everything for the right number. It's such like a clear and precise way of telling somebody that you want to buy their product. That's it. Super simple, super straightforward, super straight to the point. and they will respond to that in some way, shape, or form. And also just like posting buying bulk today stories daily to pull inbound deals. Posting on buying 10, 100 pairs every single day makes people DM you because it signals that you have money, you're active, you're consistent, you move volume, and you're safe to sell to. Most of your future deals are going to come from people remembering your stories that they actually saw in the past. And wholesale scripts that actually work that I use on a day-to-day basis. The bulk buyer script. Use this to get resellers to send you everything they have. Hey, brother, buying very heavy right now. Cash ready. Like, what's for sale? It's clear, it's aggressive, and it's bulk focus. This gets replies because they know that you'll buy more than one pair, and it kind of intrigues them a little bit. But this list script, the fastest way to unlock deals, send me your list. I'll buy all of it. When they send a list, they reveal all their inventory. This turns a buyout into size runs, leftovers, and cheap bricks. You would be surprised how many motherfuckers just have shit sitting that they don't want to get rid of. If you just negotiate and you sell them on the fact that they need to sell it to you for this price, bro, they'll literally sell it to you every single time. But the buyout script, this is the most powerful in wholesale. This is how you get 20 to 100 pair of deals. If you're liquidating, I'll take everything for the right price, because buyouts make you look like a plug overnight. People start to see you as the guy who quote unquote buys everything. If you are known as the guy who buys everything, you win, because people send you everything and you can sell everything. You get everything for the most profitable prices, and you get so much bulk so consistently that you literally are set up for such success to make so much money. But why does outreach even work in the first place? It is because everybody has inventory that they need gone. Let's be real, bro. Just like I said before, everybody has inventory that is sitting in some way, shape, or form, because resellers always need money to buy bigger deals, to pay bills, to clear space, to move the slow stock that's not moving, to chase new opportunities. And if you're the one DMing them every single day, following up with them every single day, you get these deals before anybody else even sees them as a whole. People sell cheap when they see you're active because they want to get rid of their shit. Bulk sellers, they want safety. They want someone who is able to pay fast, responds fast, buys consistently, and moves a lot of quantity. If your page shows a lot of motion, they trust you more than somebody with 50 followers and just no pickups at all in any way, shape, or form. And strong relationships give you access to strong relationships give you access to no one else has. The wholesale outreach isn't just necessarily about messages, it's networking. Once you build trust with 5 to 10 solid suppliers, you never run out of inventory again, because you get early lists, private pricing, priority deals, exclusive buyouts, and relationships actually allow you to scale past the competition. And the outreach rules of wholesale: if your page doesn't match your DM, they won't take you serious, because wholesale people will judge you in 2 seconds. They click on your profile immediately after the message if they see no bulk, no pack, no consistency, no buyouts. They don't see your face. They assume that you're just wasting their time as a whole. Your page must show your buyer before you even DM them. This rule is a non-negotiable in wholesale, and a lot of people just simply won't get replies because your account looks like shit. Like, you want to buy product, but your account looks like such shit, so literally nobody is replying to you in any way, shape, or form. So outreach only works if you look like you can actually take the quantity. Everybody in this industry, I kid you not, claims to be a bulk buyer in some way, shape, or form, but almost nobody can actually take the bulk. Your goal: prove you're the exception. How? By posting 10 to 20 to 30 to 50 pair buyouts and pickups every single day, and the consistency will compound. Size runs, consistent inventory going in and out, daily shipments. When people see you actually take volume, they reply so much faster. Your outreach becomes so unbelievable. It becomes so believable. People actually believe that what you're preaching is true. And the more people you contact, the more lists that you're actually going to get. And that's just simple math, because outreach isn't emotional. It's not personal. It's not about being liked. It's just numbers. If the numbers make sense, you'll win. The more DMs you send, the more lists, the more opportunities, more deals, more volume, more profit. Wholesale works because you're consistently putting yourself in front of people every single day who have inventory, who want to buy inventory. You're not quote unquote hoping for deals. You're manufacturing them through volume of contact. And other people see you bi-weekly. You stop doing outreach, they come to you. This is literally the end game of outreach. Once your reputation forms, the outreach flips. You become the buyer everybody wants to sell to. People DM you because they know that you take 10 to 100 pairs at a time, if not more, maybe even thousands. They know your numbers are clean. They know you don't waste time. At this stage, suppliers compete for you, not necessarily the other way around. And this is how wholesalers actually scale without burning hours of DMing. Outreach without daily motion is literally dead outreach because your account looks like shit. If you DM like a wholesaler but post like a casual reseller, literally nobody's going to believe you and you're just not going to make money. Outreach only works when your page proves that you're actually active, and that's when your DM gets seen. Your page closes the deal, your message doesn't close the deal. But at the end of the day, guys, you just need to lock the fuck in and you need to build better social proof. And on to the next section. So when it comes to building a buyer list, it's one of the most important things in wholesaling, because if you don't have buyers and you don't have people to buy the product, how exactly are you supposed to make money? This is what a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people have the suppliers or have the buyers, but they can't capitalize on both, and they can't leverage these relationships to make maximum profit. So we're going to kind of go super in depth about how exactly to build a buyer list the wholesale well, and how, you know, a real wholesaler doesn't necessarily have to look for those buyers. They build a database, and I'm going to kind of explain that super in depth for you guys. But bulk buyers who take 10 to 100 plus pairs at a time, these types of buyers, they're your best buyers. They want quantity. They usually run a sneaker store, an online store, export channels, local businesses, and other wholesalers, you know, groups needing daily flow. They don't care about hype. They care about volume. And I kind of went in depth on this a little bit in the past sections before, but mainly 99.9% of the people that you guys are going to work with, they just want to make $10 and $20 a pair. They're not greedy. They're not trying to crack somebody over the head. They're not trying to, you know, hit the $100 margin. They literally just want $10 and $20 margins per pair. And it took me a super long time to learn this, but it's true. Like, it's so unbelievably true. People just want to be able to make their $10, $20 a pair and keep the ball rolling from there. But stores, they want trending size runs. Stores want what sells daily, whether it's GR Jordans, Dunks, just basic shoes, Yeezy slides, popular runners, or size runs. You know, when it comes to size runs, usually they want 7 through 10 men or 7 through 9 women, and maybe a little bit bigger. Let's do 13 men. And then I would say probably like 6 through 9.5 women. This is just pure gold right here, and there's so much money to be made when you're buying these type of products, because you become the off-book supplier if you're consistent. But you have to be consistent and you have to be reliable. That's like what a lot of people like don't really understand about this industry. It's just like, if you're just consistent and you're able to show up day in and day out, people will work with you. If you're reliable, you ship the product accordingly, you're honest and you're transparent, you'll make so much money. But small resellers, they need clean margins. These are always good buyers as long as they pay fast. Some of them are a headache, some of them aren't, but they buy often, but kind of in smaller amounts, whether it's 2 pairs at a time or it's 10 pairs at a time. Our goal is to give them predictable inventory at predictable margins, because they buy every single week. These resellers become your most loyal repeat buyers that you can take advantage of and leverage long term. But how do we even build a buyer list? How do we make this into a system? So something that I do personally is you need to collect buyer data every single time someone buys anything or asks to buy anything. You need tracking, and it needs to be very clear and very straightforward and straight to the point. Every buyer must be added into your database. I do it on Google Spreadsheets with their name, Instagram, phone, what they bought, what sizes they bought, how often they buy, their average purchase amount, where they're located, if they resell, if they have a store, if they're a wholesaler, if they buy in bulk or singles. This is how you predict your sales. So let's say, for example, you get offered a 500 pair list of some unreleased shoes. You go over to your spreadsheet, you go down to the tab at the bottom, and you have a section. You're like, okay, cool. These people buy unreleased shoes. And then you go through that section and you're like, okay, cool. I'm going to message all of these people this list. Hopefully one of them bite on it or give me somewhat of a good offer. And then you can go from there. But we also need to just be tracking frequency as well. Who buys weekly, bi-weekly, monthly? Because some buyers buy every single week. Some buyers buy every single 2 weeks, and some buyers buy every single month. Those are your predictable revenue buyers. Once you know their patterns, you know exactly when to hit them with new lists. And tag buyers by category. It's very important to do this, because every buyer goes into a category. Whether they're a bulk buyer and they're taking 10 to 100 pairs, they're a store buyer, they like to buy even size runs, a small reseller buying 2 to 10 pairs, export out-of-state buyers, and then export local repeat buyers, so that way you can keep track of both of them. And different categories get different lists and different pricing. This is how you maximize your turnaround time and the actual profit that you're making per pair. Our goal is to maximize everything. But how exactly do we keep buyers active within the value cycle? Send people exactly what they want, not random lists. If a buyer only buys size runs, there's no point in sending them singles. Send them size runs, send them what they want, so that way they're more likely to buy. Because if you send somebody who doesn't buy Uggs, a shitload of Uggs every single day, they're probably not going to buy it. And if a buyer only buys men's 8 through 10 and a half, don't send them women's if they're not going to buy it and you know that they're not going to buy it. If a buyer buys only 20 pairs, don't send them a 4-pair list, send them a 20-pair list. Everybody buys faster when you send them inventory that they actually want and that you know that they're capable of buying for a fair price. And that's what I use to make a lot of money, is because I just know what people want and I track everything so unbelievably well. So if you're one of my buyers watching this video, I send you what you want because I know what you want, because I keep track of it. And obviously this takes time. This isn't going to happen overnight, but once you do this correctly, bro, there's so much money to be made. But post inventory every single day. This is something that like I used to slack on a little bit, but you guys should be posting your list literally every single day, all day. Bulk buyers message the person they see the most when you post lists daily, whether it's size runs, it's bulk that you're picking up, it's shipments, it's bins, lists, buyouts. Buyers DM you every single day without asking. Visibility is going to lead to demand at the end of the day. And the way that I like to look at it is, when you keep on seeing a motherfucker pop up on your Instagram, like for me, for example, I post so much every single day. So I know that I'm popping up on everybody's feed. You're like, at some point in time, you're going to be like, okay, cool. Like, who the fuck is this motherfucker and how can I actually start working with them? And that is my goal. I want you to see me. I want to be visible. And I want you guys to see my face every single day and be like, okay, cool. Who is this dude and how can I actually start working with him? So when you do get really good buyers, our goal is to make them feel happy. Give them first access, give them priority access. Every single top buyer should get first access, early pricing, list before you actually post them on your story, and priority deals, because this is going to build loyalty. Loyalty builds predictable revenue long term. And really, our only goal is to make fucking money. So if we can make our relationships really good and that'll lead to more money, like, I'm for it every single time. So track your average revenue per buyer. Every buyer has a value. You know, some buyers, they spend $100 a month, some 800, some 3K, some 50K. Knowing this helps you prioritize who to feed inventory first. And if you can figure out who actually needs the product first and who's paying the best and taking the most, it just makes so much more sense. But something else that I do that's helped me quite a bit is track which individual SKU actually ends up selling the fastest to which buyers, because this is huge. If we're tracking which buyer takes which SKU, which buyer buys which size, what moves immediately, what sits, and what products stores actually love, which SKU bulk buyers can consistently take, this lets you search more of what sells effortlessly long term. Track drop off buyers, people who stopped buying. If somebody used to buy weekly and now hasn't bought in a month, reach out to them, bro. Send them a tailored size run with a really good price, just so that way you guys can lock in a deal. Offer first access to new stock that you get. Most quote unquote inactive buyers come back to you if you personally reach out. And like, that's what I learned, bro. I would have a lot of people who like wouldn't buy from me for like a month or two, and I would reach out to them, and out of nowhere they would be buying product again, just because I reached out to them. Maybe they didn't see my list, maybe they weren't active enough. I'm not 110% sure, but this shit works. Trust me, bro. So why does building a buyer list like actually matter so much? I used to overlook it, and I used to think that like it doesn't matter as much as it did, but it really does matter, because a strong buyer list means predictable weekly sales. You're not guessing, you're not hoping, you're not relying on the market. You know who's buying what product every single week. And if you can get predictability, you can get to that point in your business. That is a real business, and there's so much money to be made long term, because data turns you into a machine, not a random reseller. Once you track everything, you operate like a wholesaler, you have good systems in place, you have predictable suppliers, you have data-backed business. Everyone else is guessing. And if you're not guessing, you're going to fucking win every single time, day in and day out. And a buyer list makes scaling to 10 to 30K months literally so easy. And it's how I am in the position that I am now. Instead of hunting for sales, you're just feeding your existing buyers with consistent inventory day in and day out. This is where resellers become true wholesalers, and there's genuinely so much money to be made. But on to the next section. As you can see, this one is long as hell. And then we got this, and then all this over here. But yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So how to hit your first 10K month with the wholesale formula. What I would do to tell you to hit your first 10K month. Our goal here is just going to have $10 margins. High volume, lots of data, lots of motion, lots of consistency, and That's the formula. It's nothing complicated. It's nothing crazy. But the goal isn't necessarily revenue. It's just rotation. If your money is sitting, you're stuck. You're not going to make money. If your money is moving every single 2 to 3 days, you're scaling. Rotation leads to momentum. Momentum leads to volume. And then 10K. That's the real pipeline. We are a fucking pipeline. We're not a storefront. We're not some bullshit. We're a pipeline moving product in and out, day in and day out. And 10K comes from quantity, not just genius deals. Most people never genuinely hit 10K because they chase these big flips, whereas wholesalers hit 10K because they chase big quantities. Your first 10K isn't one play. It's 300 or 500 clean, predictable, repeatable flips. And this is what I had to learn. I started realizing I was making so much money selling so many different products. Like I was selling 10 different types of shoes to 10 different people every single day. And really, if you do 10 deals a day, you make $200 profit each deal with each person. That's 2K profit on the day. And that's kind of the perspective that you have to have, because if you can do 300, 500 clean, predictable, repeatable flips, bro, you're going to get rich so unbelievably fast. But $10 profit times 1,000 pairs, bro, it's easy. It's $10,000. It's that easy. This is the real wholesale formula, not hype shoes, not $300 flips, not the rare drops, just pure repetition, pure consistency. Because if you move 30 to 50 pairs every single week at a $10 margin, month one, that's 1,200 to 2K, 24 to 4K month two. And in month three, you're already getting past 5K at 4,800 to 6K. And by month 4 to 5, you're approaching or surpassing 10K, because volume just compounds so unbelievably much. A lot of people think that this shit is just going to happen overnight. And a lot of people think that shit's just going to get handed to them. But that's really not how this works. It just takes a lot of consistency. But the daily system that actually gets you there is going to come down to a few things. Posting every single day. Every day you must show everything that you're buying, all the size runs that you have, all the shipments, the stacks, the buyouts, the list, something moving in the process, because motion leads to trust. Trust leads to deals. Deals lead to more volume. And I'm just going to let you guys guess what more volume will lead to. And sourcing every single day, even if you don't buy every single day. Outlets, resellers, stores, buyers, marketplace, export buyers, online restocks. You must check every single day. Sourcing is a repetition game, not a luck game. And you hit your first 10K because you're in the field working every single day, not because you got lucky, not because it was some one-off random play, but because you were consistent enough to actually do it every single day and put in the reps day in and day out. But DM every single day. So outreach is so unbelievably profitable. You can make so much money doing it. And I talked about it earlier in the video, but if you're sending out 100 to 300 DMs a day, not only are you going to get more lists, more opportunities, more buyers, more bulk, more $10 flips, and more relationships, you're going to fucking win. And you don't grow by thinking, you grow by messaging and actually putting yourself out there. But what actually pushes you over that 10K mark in the first place? And bro, it's buyouts. It's buyouts. Buying 20 to 100 pairs at a time. 2 or 3 buyouts per month is often the difference between 4K and 10K, because buyouts give you big jumps in volume, cheaper pricing, higher margins, more motion that you can post on your social media, more buyer trust, and more data as a whole. Buyouts separate the kids who quote unquote flip shoes from actual operators who've been in this industry. Guys, you have to start buying in bulk. You have to start buying in bulk, and you have to start documenting your shit on social media, or somebody else is going to win. So moving in sets, not singles. This is literally what I do in wholesale every single day. Singles, they're just going to slow your growth. Whereas if you sell in sets of 10, 20, 30 pair batches, you're going to get exponential growth. If you're moving size runs, multiple sets of the same SKU, 10 to 30 batches, consistent bricks, it's going to accelerate everything so unbelievably fast, and it's going to 10x your business in the process. But scaling comes from systems, not really emotion. It's not about motivation. It's about consistent systems day in and day out, daily sourcing, daily outreach, daily posting, weekly buyouts, consistent pricing, predictable buyers, track data. This is how you're actually going to hit that first 10K month without guessing. And at the end of the day, dude, it's just a data game. But what even is the wholesale truth about hitting 10K? And it's really simple. It's 10K is not a big number. It's just execution that you take to actually get there. Because once you understand the math, 10K isn't really that impressive. It's just volume, reps, and consistency. Anybody who does volume will hit it eventually, and then they'll want more, because anybody can do big margins, but wholesalers do big quantities. Resellers brag about how they made $500 on one shoe, but wholesalers brag about hundreds of pairs moved that they made $10 on. That's the difference. One is luck, one is the system, and they're both not easy to do. But 10K comes from being boring, not being brilliant. The play that gets you here is simple. $10 margin per pair, bulk buyouts, targeted outreach, sourcing reps, tailored buyer lists, daily posting. It's no tricks, no hype, just repetition. And I know I keep on talking about repetition and consistency, but if you can't do it, then somebody else will, and you'll literally fucking lose. But we're nearing the end of the video, and we're going to pretty much go super in depth about the 7-day action plan, because if you run this exact play, if you do what I'm about to tell you for the next 7 days straight, you will get momentum and you will start to get movement, and it's literally guaranteed. It's guaranteed. But day one, our goal with day one is to build your Instagram into this kind of motion persona that is too busy to ignore, where you get a clean bio, wholesale highlights, remove all the personal content. It should only be about your business, and post your first motion style slides with pickups, boxes, and just wholesale product as a whole. Make your page look like you move volume. And I know you guys know what it looks like. Don't tell me you know what you don't know what you need to post, because there's so many examples on social media. Today is about becoming somebody who buyers and sellers trust within 2 seconds. Because that's the biggest thing. If you can get somebody to trust you, you will make so much money so unbelievably fast. And bro, if you can build trust fast, you will go so far. It's not even funny. But for day two, our goal is to kind of hit these outlets and marketplace for resellers. Our goal is to start the sourcing reps. Go to Nike, Adidas, Foot Locker, check marketplace listing, message 20 resellers locally every single day, and look for any clean $10 plus margin bricks that you can find. Pick up at least 3 to 10 pairs. It's not about huge win. It's about just starting your rotation and starting the process. So day 3, I think this is one of the most important days. This is where we're actually going to start sending wholesale DMs and start outreaching to people. Our goal is to send 300 DMs with buyer hooks. Our goal is to only message people that look like they can take bulk or look like they wholesale. Resellers, store owners, consignment shop, marketplace sellers, sneaker pages. Use attention-grabbing lines like, yo, bro, I'm buying 10 to 50 pairs right now. What can you move? Actually, I think this would sound a little bit better. What's available? Here, I spelled that wrong, but here. Boom. What is available? Your job today is to get lists as a whole. Day 4, make your first buyer list. Track everything. Our goal should be have as much data as humanly possible after the outreach the day before. Collect info on who replies, who buys, what sizes they want, how often they buy, and their average order size, what SKUs they ask for. Our goal is to kind of build 3 different tabs: a bulk buyer tab, a store owner tab, and a small reseller tab. Your buyer list becomes your money list, and you can kind of customize it the whatever way you want. It just needs to be super simple, not take a super long time to build, so that way you can get right back into the game with outreach and just get it done ASAP. The faster you guys are going to be able to get this shit done, the more money that you're actually going to make. A lot of people overlook how unbelievably important it is to just do it now and just stop waiting. But for day 5, our goal is to post motion literally every single day and move your first batch. Post boxes going out, size runs, shipments, buyouts, product lists, inventory check. People only trust motion. Your job today is simple. Move 5 to 15 pairs, even if it's only $10 to $5 each profit, but we're moving volume and we're moving pairs. And that's the goal. Just kind of put ourselves out there and just stay consistent day in and day out. And if you stay consistent day in and day out, you'll win. So day 6, our goal is to run a mini buyout. It could be a little bit more than a mini buyout. It really doesn't matter. 10 to 30 pairs. Hit your DMs saying, need shoes today. Let's work. This is your first real wholesale play. Even if the margins are slim, do it for a few different things. Motion, credibility on social media, building the social proof, buyer trust, leverage, and volume. Buyouts build brand fast, and I've talked about it quite a bit. Social proof is literally everything. If you can master social proof, and you can learn how to position yourself correctly on social media, you're going to make so much money. But for day 7, our goal is to sell to your buyer list, and reinvest every single diet. Take the inventory from your buyout batches and send tailored lists to each buyer. Give bulk buyers first access. Keep margins simple, $10, $20 a pair, nothing crazy, and move everything ridiculously fast. Reinvest all profit into pairs, and today is about showing yourself the model that works, what's repeatable. You're officially in the wholesale cycle, and everything starts today. So the rules for the next 30 to 60 days are pretty simple. So for the next 30 to 60 days, your money must move every single 2 to 3 days. Every single 48 to 72 hours, it needs to be moving. It can't sit, and you cannot scale if your money is just sitting there not really doing anything for you. Our goal with this is literally just going to be buy the product, move the product, reinvest, repeat, and do this again over and over and over. But motion is pretty powerful over everything. Pickups, stacks, buyouts, shipments, data, posting. Your Instagram must look the most active page in your whole entire city, in the whole entire world. That's the goal. You should have the most active page. You should be posting as much as humanly possible and prioritizing content, as well as the fact that you need to be putting yourself out there. Because if you're not putting yourself out there, somebody else is going to put themselves out there and they're going to win and they're going to beat you every single time. But $10 margins, they tend to add up when you touch 500 plus pairs. Small wins, big movement, faster rotation, predictable cash flow. This is wholesale overall. And the outreach plus buyer list plus motion is going to lead to you having unlimited inventory. This combo creates a really good pipeline where opportunities come to you. No more hunting, no more guessing. It's just a volumes game after that. But your first 10K isn't a goal. It's a side effect of the volume that you put in. Do the volume, make the money. It's simple. And a quote that I really like by Alex Hormozy is, do so much volume it would be unreasonable for you to lose. It's one of my favorite quotes. I tell all my students that Alex Hormozy said it best. I love this. Do so much volume, it would be literally unreasonable for you to lose. But before we wrap up the video, some just closing thoughts. If you guys run this play for 30 days, you won't recognize your business. It will be a completely different business. If you DM daily, outreach daily, post daily, track buyers, track SKUs, buy in bulk, sell in bulk, reinvest, stay consistent, you will grow faster than 99.9% of the market. And this is just how resellers are built as a whole. But your only job now is to just start moving pairs. No waiting, no overthinking, no hype chasing, no perfect timing. Movement is the shortcut. Volume is a cheat code and consistency is the advantage. But before we hop off, I know I kind of went over everything. I mean, look at how long this is, guys. I went through all of this for you. I built all of this for you watching this video because I want you to make money and I want to see you win. Some of the testimonials of just people that I've helped one-on-one. We helped David go from 1 to 6K in 45 days, Austin 500 months to 5K months in less than 4 months, QC 5K to 10K, 75 days, 3K to 13K in 60 days. This dude makes like 25K a month now. Mickey took him from 5K to 13K in less than 60 days. Dude now makes 50K a month. And Frank, I'm not even going to say anything. It's a little bit unreal. You're probably not going to believe me, but what is wrote right there is 110% true. And yeah, if you need any more help, if you have any questions, or if you need anything from me personally, feel free to DM my Instagram where I will reach out to you personally. And thank you for watching. It took really long to make this, so please like, comment, and subscribe. It means the world to me, and I hope to see you making 10K a month soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.